tusanze kusoomoozebwa ekyo kituufu era teri akiwakanya tusanze kusoomoozebwa okuba nti bambi ebyuma byo bikaddiye naye tugezezaako manye eggwanga lindivudde wala nnyo tuvudde wala nnyo ng'eggwanga sigamba nti eggwanga buli tuuse kati lwokuba nti buli kimu kyonna kyali kiteredde buli kimu kyonna kyali layini oba buli kimu kyonna kyali malidaadi nedda naye ffe nga bwena Uganda kyemanyi tubeera n'okumalirira obumalirivu naye ffe mu bumalirivu bwaffe nga kakiiko k'ebyokulonda twagamba tukusinziira ku ssemateeka Kawoyiro 61 olunyiriri lwokubiri katugamba nti okulonda kulina kubeerayo mu biseera bwe biti tosobola kubuuka waawo nolwekyo wadde okusoomoozebwa kujja oba kiringa covid bwe yajja twagamba covid oba si covid Akawoyiro 61 olunyiriri lwokubiri kagamba nti okulonda kulina kubeera mu biseera bino nolwekyo ebyuma wadde bibaddemu okukyankalana naye tugezezaako okulaba nti kino bwe kifa tukitereeza tutya bwe kifuna ekizibu kati wano obuuma tebumala bulungi kyola tugambye nti sisimu ezitukozesa kati y'okuwetooloola mu mugombolola nakuuma ako era tusooka ntutegeeza abantu kakati olwaleero lunaku lw'enkya abakuuma bajja kubeera mu kitundu bwe kiti abo bonna baagala kwewandiisa nga balonzi abapya mugende mu kitundu ekyo tugezaako okutambuza omulimu kusinziira mu mbeera ebeeriwo oba tablets emitwalo 3 mu 15 mu 10 bwe baatuwa era tubulina obu tujja kubwetaaga tujja bukozesa ku lunaku lw'okulonda bwe buli bwekinkumu obeera ku buli polling station bwe tujja kubwetaaga naye ku mulundi guno nga tuwandiika abalonzi tetubwetaaga ku ssaawa eno
ugambe mukyabugezesa
tetukyabugezesa kubanga kakati omanyi yobusi yaleeta yagula obuuma obwo obukozesa mu mirimu gyabwe ate kusinziira bintu bya tekinologiya nga obumanyi enkola yaabwe balina ku buuma tefaanana ng'eyaffe kubanga eyaffe tulina okuteekamu ku buli kuuma buli polling station n'okuteekamu amanya n'ebifaananyi n'ekinkumu ky'omulonzi ku polling station eyo okitegeera kakati bali bakalimagezi balina okusooka balina ekibalina okukolamu okulaba nti obuuma obwo bukwatagana n'ebigendererwa byaffe naye okusinziira mu baali babugula obwetaaga okozesebwa ka electoral commission bakuteeka ki mu kifaananyi oba mu nkola nebaga nti obuuma buno yadde tugenda ubosi yagenda obukozesa naye electoral commission ejja kubwetaaga ate nga babwetaaga bukolebwe buti naye kakati kyetuliko aweffe tuliko kati kwe okutegeera okukakasiza ddala nti obuuma buno buli kamu nno sigamba nti twafunye sample nedda buli kamu tulina okukakasa n'okutegeera nti kanaatukolera mu bigendererwa bye tulina ku polling station tunaateekamu amanya n'ebifaananyi n'ebinkumu ebyabalonzi ku polling station eyo nebigyamu ate bwe tunaakateekako battery egenda kumala biseera ki ebifaananyi bigenda kuvaayo mu ngeri ki ebyo byonna practical live tests tugenda kukola tests eziwerako kwegamba nga 26 tunatuuke ku lunaku lw'okulonda obuumu nga tumaze okukakasa ddala bugenda kukola
natusemberayo ddala abakozi
tetuwambibwanga oba NIRA oba kitongole kyonna kya gavumenti ssemateeka erambika bulungi nti mu nkola yaffe tetuli wansi oba tetulina okulagirwa oba okutunuulirwa omuntu yenna oba ekitongole kyonna nedda naye nga bwenyonyodde ndi lwokuba nti NIRA yeewandika bannayuganda ate akamu ku kakalu oba ekintu ekikulu nnyo kyetaagisa nga tonafuuka mulonzi oba tonateekebwa mu regista y'abalonzi kukakasibwa nti oli munnayuganda kakati NIRA byekola bituyamba nnyo okulaba nti tutereeza regista oba olukala z'abalonzi nga tetunagenda mu kulonda naye obuyinza obwaffe nga bwe tubadde tunyonyola bukolagana tegamba bw'oba kolagana n'omuntu tekiba tekitegeeza nti ebintu byo byonna obiwaddeyo omukyala wo omuwaddeyo abaana bo bawaddeyo kubanga okolagana nagundi nedda ssebo si kyekyo naye okuba nti ekigendererwa kyaffe kyekimu NIRA yeetaaga manya ga bannayuganda electoral commission yeetaaga manya ga bannayuganda ate nga baagala kulonda kiraba so obuyinza bwaffe tukyabwina teri abutuggyeko era tebugenda kugibwako mpaka constitution nga emaze kukyusibwa.
Security information system in 2014. This included 4,000 biometric enrollment kits,
data center and card printing and equipment, and the NSIS software. This equipment is therefore 11 years old. It is at end of life and end of support. The performance of this equipment is therefore suboptimal because of degradation over time. Number 2, delayed appropriation of funds to acquire new equipment. In August 2022, Cabinet approved the mass enrollment and renewal exercise with a budget of 666.85 billion. A key output of this exercise was acquisition of 5,500 new biometric enrollment kits, data center equipment, and the new NSIS. The appropriation of 300 billion, which accounts for 44.9% of the approved budget, only happened in December 2023, which was 1 year to the voter update exercise. During this year, NERA was expected to procure, contract, install, configure, deploy, train, and have a working system. This delay in appropriation resulted in misalignment between NERA's system acquisition activities and the EC voter update exercise. Delayed and partial release of funds. After funds were appropriated in December 2023, the development budget was released on June 21st, 2024. It must be noted that an accounting officer cannot contract without appropriated funds being released. Therefore, NERA was only able to contract the supplier of the new system on 8th July 2024. Mitigation measures. The authority conducted a 53-day mop-up exercise beginning 27 September to 23 November to register and update information of persons 17 years and above who are eligible for voting. The authority received 2.5 million applications from new applicants, persons updating their information, and persons who wish to obtain or replace their IDs. The authority has also registered progress on the new system as described below. In February 2024, we commenced the recruitment process for that number of temporary staff who will support the execution of the mass enrollment exercise up to parish level. Approximately 156,000 persons applied in 135 districts and 11 cities for 22 job roles. 152,000 were subjected to an entry-level prompt test, 84,000 proceeded to an interviews, and 13 were recruited. The contract for the delivery of the new system was signed between NERA and the technology partner, Takaluf. On August 12th, an instrument extending the life of expired cards by 1 year was gazetted. Between October to December 2024, a full delivery of the data center equipment, servers, switches, firewalls, and hardware modules and spares was registered. Between December 2024 and 16th January 2025, 5,665 biometric enrollment kits were received with 2,750 solar panels. We are currently under installation and configuration of the new system to address the issues of obsolete infrastructure. The other mitigation measure is the ongoing voter update exercise, which would obtain updated information on voters and register eligible voters who do not have names and identity cards. The way forward. NERA has acquired new equipment and is in the process of installation and configuration of the new technologies to improve service delivery and to continue to deliver on this mandate to register citizens as stipulated under Section 5 of the Registration of Persons Act. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Something, that's why I delayed it, but now I notice Rubus has not provided us with any written response. I don't know whether I'm the only one who is missing.
2024. As part of the enumeration, we procured tablets that were used in the enumeration exercise. And these tablets 36,000 of these tablets, which are rugged type, are supposed to be also used by the Electoral Commission. As the chairperson has indicated, 35,400 and thereabout are already with the EC, including about 36,000 power banks. Those ones are going, because that was the original idea, that they will also be used. Chairperson, we did not procure kits. We only procured tablets for use. And probably my colleagues will also clarify on that. The tablets were for purposes of enumeration. And the kits that the EC uses are not the ones we procured. On the issue of sharing with government agencies, as they have indicated, these kits, rather the tablets that we procured, we have, as a bureau, earmarked 36,000 to be given to the Electoral Commission. From the submission, I think the chairperson has indicated they received the rest on that, but I think the bureau still has a provision to make them 36,000. Because in total, we procured 38,000 for the census, the type that the Electoral Commission could be able to use. Because the other tablets we used, they were ordinary tablets, and they were not suitable for the kind of task that the EC is going to undertake. And so, chairperson and members, going forward, I think as a bureau, we are ready to support the Electoral Commission with the remaining tablets that are yet to be received. If there are any of those that are not functioning, I think we are going to work together with the EC to make sure that we provide whatever we have that can meet their requirements. I thank you, Chair.
Why is your data only localized at the district, to the village level?
Thank you, Chairperson. It's true, we should have data up to village level. One of the reasons why we have not yet released the information below the district is that we would first of all like to have all the information released for all sub-counties and parishes in the country. But there are a number of districts. There are some areas where they had conflicts, and the issue is where to place this population. So we are working with the Ministry of Local Government and responsible agencies to make sure that we are guided where to place it. But as the ED communicated, within 6 months from starting January, this information will be available. I thank you, Chair. This January. So 5 months, within 5 months now, the remaining 5 months, this information will be available.
Okay. Few kits that we have, which are not adequate to be stationed permanently for the 21 days at parish level. We are using a rotational basis. We are rotating these kits. We are informing the people that now these kits will be at such and such a point. We are using our parish and sub-county supervisors to move around the areas and tell the people. Hajat Aisha, the deputy chairperson, was telling me that in her region, I think in Zimbabwe, the stakeholders agreed and said, instead of scattering these few kits all over, why don't we do it at constituency level? We say for these 4 days, we're in this constituency, with all the kits concentrated there. Then they move around the constituency. Then the next 4 days, we move to this constituency, and so on like that. And it is working very well. So this is how, to me, as a country, we have had so many challenges, but what has made us survive and move on is because we rise up to the occasion of confronting the challenges and finding solutions. So I want to believe that we are addressing these issues, and if, as I said, and I repeat, honorable members, at the end of the period allotted, there is need for extension, we shall inform the country accordingly. Different parishes, some have been changed. No, supervisors. Honorable members, we are always alive to the concerns raised by stakeholders. And some of the concerns, we have been appearing before this committee on numerous occasions. Some of the concerns some of you have raised,
are some of the supervisors we have employed over and over and over again. Some members have raised concerns and said some of these people, you keep employing them, they have become influencers in a certain way. Is there a law that says they cannot be changed? Now when we say we change some of them, now we get concerns raised. Now what do we do? But we normally assess the performance of each supervisor, and if there are issues, credible issues, or verifiable issues that have been raised about his or her performance, when it comes to the next recruitment, we say, no, I think there were issues that were raised, we put them aside. So these recruitments are being done in good faith. And in any case, these people are not known to us individually as a commission. They are known to you and the stakeholders in those areas. We recruit them from those communities. And that's why we even pin up their names so that if there are any objections to any of the people we recruited, you raise the objections and we put the people aside. Having said that, we are receiving so many petitions from honorable members of parliament and other stakeholders about the suitability of some of these people. When we get these complaints, honorable members, we address them. So if there are any issues about the suitability of any individual in your area of constituency, please bring them to attention. I think we have quite a number which we are working on right now with regard to the suitability. So if some of these people, because you know them, for us we don't know them. So we are addressing these issues as and when they come. Now, Honorable Sogona, unfortunately, is not here. What is the legal basis for ESOs, GISOs? Honorable members, I think it is Section 50 of the Electoral Commission Act, which gives us the special powers of the Commission, that the Commission may do anything as may be required to achieve the purposes of this Act. This was, as highlighted, an administrative process. But maybe, Ibn Nira, can you say something about this? Because as I said, Honorable Chair and members, even though we are registering voters, the basic criteria of citizenship is very fundamental. Uganda is awash with so many non-citizens. You know that, honorable members. If you do not verify appropriately as to who is a correct citizen and who is not, then we have a whole register contaminated and you start questioning its credibility. So maybe, Nira, can you say something about the origin of this? Because as I said, we are following the format set in place by Nira on the requirements for you to verify citizenship. Honorable Chair.
They are not even born in some areas. They are just there being employed. This same will be transferred to another area. So, and that's where I have a question, that all has been done. Why do we have such national IDs flooding at internal affairs if they are doing well? So the challenge is they just want to prolong the process and to make those people relevant for either corruption issues or to something else. But when you find a local leader who is smart and taxed well with the responsibility, you'll find it better. Now just check for passport issues. When you go there, you just ask questions. Who is your grandfather, your father? You Nesh, you miss. But now you just go there, you find someone is just posing you because you are not earning Mukada. They will prolong, you come back tomorrow. So this takes as a turn to be even a party arrangement. So that's why many of us, we are not talking this, because those GISOs and the GISOs, they're making this exercise to be partisan up for political reasons like NRM. That's why we have a problem. So see how to work it better.
Functionalities and operations of the entities Honorable Secretary has mentioned. But I don't know, those of us who have national IDs, when we were applying, whether we are not subjected to the same process. I don't know whether we just went to NIRA and we said, okay, I'm so-and-so, and NIRA said, okay, we are processing your national ID right away. If I recollect, I think we are subject to the same process. And we are saying, since there is an element of citizenship, which is critical for you to qualify to get on the voters register, there is a need for this process to be maintained. Short of that, then honorable members will risk having what Honorable Secretary is saying, non-citizens clogging our register. We need to check that. There might be some operational issues with some of those entities which are allowing in non-citizens. But we say, since it is already happening, therefore we can as well continue. No. For us as EC, we cannot afford to have a contaminated register. And I think we need to verify this. And I think, as E.D. Mira has said, people have been complaining, some people have been complaining about the integrity of some chairpersons, LOC1 chairpersons, issues of land, issues of what? Now, issues of citizenship, you want to tell me, honorable members, that the issue of citizenship does not have a security bearing for the country? I think there's an element of security for the country when it comes to determining are you a citizen or not. Because if we just leave it open-ended, we are in trouble. Now, honorable members...
Chair, I beg your indulgence to...
Now 2, and we had set ourselves to conclude at 1. Yes, in a minute.
Sorry, Chair, thank you. These concerns will not stop coming because you understand the kind of politics we have in the country. But Chair of Electoral Commission, just like I had raised earlier on, the question that has been put to you, you have lent it to the person called Nira to respond. But for me, I want us to go back, and we need to clarify on this one. If I'm on the wrong, I need to be also corrected. The current exercise is the duty of Electoral Commission for display and update of the registers. The involvement of the security personnel that you have been pointed out, and which is rightfully so, can only be done at the time when NIRA is exercising its mandate, and that is of registration of persons. That's when all this security screening ought to be done. But to do it when the Electoral Commission is doing its work, I think people will raise questions. And I said that the duty of the Electoral Commission, that is my understanding of it, is that theirs is to extract information that has been polished. Then they compile it into a voters register. But at this point, you can see people are beginning to say, how is this one involved? And in my opinion, rightfully so, because the security personnel are not supposed to come and screen people now. They are only supposed to help NIRA while NIRA is doing its work. That is to register persons.
Now, as we talk now, NIRA, we ask NIRA to stay their processes, isn't it? NIRA is no longer conducting their own processes of registering citizens, so that EC has the entire space. After the update exercise is concluded, NIRA can resume their normal day-to-day operations of registration of citizens. In the meantime, we are using their staff for purposes of expediting and coordinating this exercise. NIRA is not in any way, and I repeat, NIRA is not in any way responsible for the National Voters Register. They are not responsible for the Citizens Register or database, period. Now, Honorable, let me move. I don't know, Stephen, when did we make this proposal? We have already, honorable members, we have already made a proposal to upgrade our legal department to a full directorate. We presented it, I think, before this committee. I don't know in which parliament, but we presented it before this committee. It has budgetary implications. Once you create a directorate, you have departments coming up, you have to promote people and so on. What also has budgetary implications. It was put on hold on account of budgetary issues, because no provision has been made for that regard. But the other issue that other members, the insinuation Honorable Nwagaba